Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashemi Hawashai Bahasham Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is on the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip. So it says here in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And the he that will be causing this are the people that are currently in rulership. And those people are these so-called white people who are the biblical Edomites whose forefathers Esau. And the scriptures say that Esau is the wicked. So these so-called white people are the wicked, and it is their ruling class, the top percentage, who are the banking elites, that have this entire plan in motion, which is their NWO agenda. And at the forefront of that agenda is the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So they intend to microchip the entire world, and it doesn't matter who you are or your social status or anything. They intend for the entire world to be microchipped, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So the prophecy has to do with buying and selling. In other words, what it's saying is that unless you have the mark of the beast, which is a microchip, you won't be able to conduct life in society anymore. You won't be able to buy food unless you have a microchip, and you won't be able to be the vendors or the sellers unless you are a part of the system and you are also microchipped. Right? And then it goes into other things as well, as has been revealed with time, right? By the people who are implementing the system. They have revealed their plans at hand. And they've shown us that by way of the digital IDs that they are implementing worldwide, you can see how exactly the system is going to be that is coming in. Because the digital ID system that has been proposed by the World Economic Forum has shown that payments will be involved, but also other things. So here it is, digital ID, World Economic Forum. We can go to the images. And so this is what they have proposed to the world. So this is the image that I always bring out. So as you can see from this image, from the World Economic Forum, this is their digital ID that they've proposed to the world. And this is the digital ID that right now, in various places around the world that have launched their digital ID, it is acting in this same exact way, right? Each one is at different stages as to what it will ultimately be, but this is it at hand. So the digital ID that is being implemented worldwide in every single country, its intended end goal purpose is to do this, to connect people with things, with entities, with devices, right? And this, by the way, the digital ID is going to lead to that microchip. Now, the microchip is already out there, right? But they're implementing a system to be able to allow the microchip to work as they envision it to work. And so the digital ID is a stepping stone towards that. And what it's going to be is that this digital ID, which is going to store all of these things on it for an all-for-one use, is going to then be stored onto the microchip for an all-for-one use. And then people will be microchipped, right? That's their vision, for the people to be microchipped and using the microchip to gain access to all of these services here that you can see. So the digital ID is going to store your medical information, your healthcare. It says it right there. It will store your financial services as well, your banking, your accounts, etc. Food and sustainability, it says travel and mobility, which are your passports, etc., is going to be stored onto your digital ID and be able to be used. So when it is that people are microchipped, their vision is that people are going to be microchipped and they will go to the airport and they will, if you look at how the microchip works, it scans the hand when the microchip is implanted into the person, right? It's imprinted into the person. So when people are traveling, they'll simply just use a microchip and just use that because the digital ID is your identification as well, and so it's going to identify you and all of your passport credentials and everything. Humanitarian response, e-commerce, online shopping as well, social platforms. There has been many talks that they want to tie the social platform identity to your digital identity. So there will be no more anonymity on the internet because your digital identity is going to include your biometrics as well. So it's all, connected to one person, you, an individual. So there will be no more signing up anonymously for websites and then having like an account on Twitter or Instagram or such things. You will have to connect using your digital ID. Okay, e-government for government services as well. You'll have to have your digital ID, and your government services and your entire identity is going to be tied to the digital ID. Telecommunications, which is your phone, so the phones have SIM cards, etc. Your phone as well is going to be tied to your digital ID. Smart cities is a part of their vision. The 15-minute cities, the smart cities that they want people to be living in, right? From anywhere that you're at, you have access to every single thing in the span of 15 minutes, right? And it's going to be a completely technologically driven kind of city. And what they envision is that people are going to be walking around these smart cities and they're going to be microchipped and they're going to be using their microchip as a part of their daily life 100%. This is the goal of the wicked elite of Esau Edom. This is their plan. The microchip is a mark of the beast. All right. So what they're doing is that they're implementing it all around the world. And as I said before, each country is at various different stages of this. Okay. So with that, here it is from biometricupdate.com. Rise of digital wallets integrating payments and digital identities across Asia. And by the way, you have the digital identities, but you have the payment that they intend to be a part of it, to be, go hand in hand, right? Because people are going to be using the microchip to make purchases, etc. Okay, so that is why they are developing a new financial system as well, which is a digital payment system, right? A system based purely digital. And that's why they are developing the central bank digital currencies, right? Because everything is going digital, right? So it says rise of digital wallets integrating payments and digital identities across Asia, because first there has to be an understanding of what's going on before I can really bring out the article, because then it also ties into everything at hand. So it says digital wallets have grown from innovation to an essential financial instrument, easily integrating into billions of people's daily lives. By the end of 2024, 4.8 billion people globally were estimated to use digital wallets, with Asia Pacific leading the way, accounting for more than 60% of the overall consumer base. Rapid mobile internet penetration, financial inclusion initiatives, and the growth of super apps have accelerated this change, with digital wallets being the leading payment mechanism in markets like India, Indonesia, and the Philippines. So they're talking about digital wallets, integrating payments and digital identities across the Asia. Okay, so digital wallets is something that has been promoted for the past few years very frequently, right? They want people to be moving towards this kind of idea of payment, a digital payment system. So whether it is by what their end game goal is, which is the microchip, right? Now they want people to get used to it, right? And so people are getting used to it by way of the digital wallet, which the digital wallet is often stored on the phone and it's used by way of an app. So you have Samsung Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and then they have various other apps that facilitate these digital wallet payments. Okay. So then it says in India, Indonesia, and the Philippines, and over there in the East, they are very, very developed for what the system is that Esau Edom wants to bring in, right? They've been really developing it over there. Okay, they are much closer to it than over here in the West. The West is behind Asia when in regards to this. So it says beyond payments, digital wallets are developing into multifaceted systems that combine digital identity and financial services. So here it is, the combination of digital identity and financial services. And they say digital wallets. And so we go back to the image here where for the digital identity, they want to store your financials on it as well. This is all the plan, right? To consolidate everything and then store it onto the microchip. And then the microchip is all for use. And then you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have it. So it says here, beyond payments, digital wallets are developing into multifaceted systems that combine digital identity and financial services. Government-sponsored projects such as India's Aadhaar Pay and the Aadhaar as well is India's digital identity. Aadhaar digital ID, I believe it is the Aadhaar system, right? Aadhaar as identity document. Aadhaar is a digital identity system in India providing a unique 12-digit ID linked to a person's biometrics and demographic information used for authentication and Know Your Customer services, which is KYC. So there it is. It is a digital identity that is linked to your biometrics, right? And your biometrics include face scan, eye scan, and fingerprint. And we know that fingerprint is unique per person around the world, all right? Even for twins, right, that come out looking exactly the same, their biometric is different by way of their fingerprint. So everyone is unique regarding that. That's just how Yahweh Shemishai has made it. All right, so that's what it is. Aadhaar is a digital ID connected to biometrics, and now they're talking about how you have this Aadhaar Pay as well. Then Malaysia's My Digital ID and Singapore's SingPass Pay show how authentication and transactions are merged, which is digital ID identification by way of biometrics, which is merged now with payments. You see? This connection improves payment security, simplifies financial access, and fosters confidence in digital ecosystems. As Asia continues to be the leader in digital finance innovation, the capacity of digital wallets to combine payments and identity verification into a single experience will influence their future. And this is the goal. You know, the reason why I'm bringing this out is because it is showing us that the system is being implemented day by day. All right. And these are the times that we're in, right? The mark of the beast prophecy is at hand. It's being developed, okay? Because, you know, the technology is already out there and such things, but the wicked elite of Esau Edom, they have to get the countries online with the system so that they can bring in the microchip system, you see? So then it just talks about converged wallets supporting digital ID. Asia's digital wallet market is rapidly changing with countries developing both digital identity and payment wallets, with some integrating both for seamless transactions. So the merging of the payment with identity. Indonesia's digital population identity, and then they talk about Singapore, etc. All right. So it says these wallets are significant for digital governance since they provide citizens with access to e-government services and healthcare and secure financial transactions. So government services, healthcare are attached to these wallets, right? And these wallets are being attached to their digital ID. And here is the plan once again. The image of it all, the digital ID being connected to financial services, healthcare, and e-government services, right? So it says, To achieve universal adoption and trust in digital identity frameworks, primarily governments are prioritizing security, privacy, and interoperability. All right, while it's supporting the digital payments landscape across Asia, digital payment wallets are advancing financial transactions with China's Alipay and WeChat Pay, India's Paytm and PhonePe, and Indonesia's GoPay and OVO leading the way in mobile payments. These wallets promote financial inclusion, particularly in cash-dependent economies, and they're moving away from the cash. By facilitating seamless peer-to-peer transfers, merchant payments, and even integration with government subsidy programs, some countries are now linking digital identity and payments, including China Alipay's digital ID integration, Singapore SingPass's financial services extension, and India's Aadhaar-linked United Payment Interface wallets to create a single digital landscape. A single digital landscape, which once again goes back to everything just being consolidated into one, right? Single digital landscape. Everything is going digital, all right? As Asia continues to innovate, the convergence of digital identity and financial technology will reshape economic participation and digital security across the region. So the rest of the article I'm not going to read, is quite long, but this website, biometricupdate.com, provides updates daily. It's a very good website to check out if you're interested in the prophecies at hand, this Mark of the Beast prophecy, because it really keeps up to date with showing how the world is developing towards this stage. And what are we waiting on right now? The Mark of the Beast prophecy to be fulfilled. Because the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel and the destruction of America, which is Mr. Babylon the Great, which, at that time our Lord Yahushua returns. That's how the elect is saved. That time cannot come until the Mark of the Beast prophecy is made manifest, right? Until it comes to pass. There's a judgment written for those who take the microchip of our people. So this prophecy has to come to pass. Okay. So then after that, just additional information regarding the system that's been implemented. Tunisia drives digitization agenda forward while navigating risks. Tunisia's digital transformation has reached a crucial stage with the execution of e-Hawiyah, a state-recognized digital identity system. E-Hawiyah, a key pillar of the country's 2025 digital strategy, aims to improve financial inclusion by providing secure access to banking and fintech services while facilitating authentication for digital government platforms. However, Tunisia's broader push for digitization, including biometric ID efforts and digital service platforms, has raised significant concerns about privacy and data security. All right, so they're moving towards a digital system, as every single country around the world is moving towards a digital system, because the Mark of the Beast prophecy is at hand. And the wicked elite of Esau Edom, they need to put what's in place in order for them to bring about what they intend to bring about. All right, so really it is the Lord's prophecy that is at hand, the Mark of the Beast prophecy, man. And this is, the article, another long article, but the main point has been brought out. They're moving towards what it is, right? And every single country is, when you take a look at what's going on. And once again, over there in the East, they are moving much more rapidly. And India, they have developed their digital ID. It's already out, the Aadhaar, and then they've been developing the digital rupee as well, which is their CBDC, right? Let me see, digital rupee. Let me just see that real quick. Right, digital rupee, UPI, unified payment system. All right, so there it is. It exists. Digital rupee launched soon. This was October 2024. And, the thing is that it's coming. It's all coming. Even out here in Jamaica, right? Jamaica has launched the digital Jamaican dollar and also has launched the Jamaican digital ID called the NIDS. So it's at hand. And the scriptures say that in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it is surely coming, will not tarry, to paraphrase. And it's speaking, right? And we know that it's speaking, those of us that, believe, we know it's speaking because we know that the mark of the beast is a microchip, and we're seeing the system being implemented to be able to facilitate its usage, which, by the way, the microchip itself, that technology is already out there, and there are point of sales machines in the UK, America, in Europe, and I'm sure other parts around the world, which already accept microchip payments the way it is. So we're very close, right? And so Yahweh Shemishai has put a warning out there onto the nation of Israel regarding this mark of the beast prophecy, because if you take the mark of the beast, which is a microchip, then you will be destroyed. You don't have any chance for salvation. This is the warning. Revelation 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So if you take the microchip, it would have meant that you would have forsaken Yahweh Shemishai, and you would have bent the knee to Esau Edom and accepted Esau Edom as your power and your salvation, right? Because this word worship here at G4352 is proskuneo, which is to kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. So you would be doing that when you accept Esau Edom's, that microchip technology, all right? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, if you take the microchip, you're going to be destroyed, point blank, period. All right, that is a warning from Yahweh Shemishai, and this prophecy is a very serious prophecy. All right, because we'll be entering the hour of temptation, which is when you will be faced with taking the microchip or not, because the times that we're heading into is a very terrible time, a time of Jacob's trouble, a time of chaos, right? A time of famine, a time of pestilence, a time of great judgment, a time of great and many plagues, a time of miseries, right? So if you don't have faith in Yahweh Shemishai, then, our people are going to be like, okay, well, this is it, this is the society, and this is life, and this is all that they believe in, and they will seek to want to remain a part of society, and then they will take the microchip, no matter how much they may feel about how it's applied, where it's punctured into the skin and all these kinds of things. They will get over that and still take the microchip because of the hellish situation that we will be in, and because they don't have no faith in Yahweh Shemishai. All right, so this is all that's at hand, and as you can see, man, as I brought out very clearly, the system is being implemented worldwide, and it is more advanced and more updated in certain places, but it is coming. Okay, so with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashemi Haushai, Bahashemi Kodesh. Shalom.